Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Ninja Palito, or Ninja Saltman, however you prefer. And this is part 2 of how to fight a zombie. So last time we were on blunt objects. We said that, first of all, you try not to use your force all the time, but what you try to do is give the weapon some speed. I forgot to mention that it's important that the weapon is heavy. If it's a blunt object, the weapon must be heavy. Not too heavy, but pretty heavy. That it can give a good hit. And must also be strong. This cue is no ordinary cue, especially has this side, for some reason, is very heavy. And it's very hard wood. So, this would do. Something similar would be a baseball bat, a crowbar. So, continuing. Yeah, I had mentioned that what you do is you give it speed. You can go directly for the head, that you can go for the jaw, and that you can go for the knees. Now, I mentioned that you give it speed, but now I'm going to mention a few tips on how to give it speed. First of all, good grip, relax the wrist a bit. Relaxing the wrist allows you to move the weapon much better. I have a harder time relaxing this wrist because I'm right-handed. But after I did, I could do, before I was like this. But after I learned that the trick is to relax the wrist, which I learned by observing closely how I did this, then, you see, there, it's hard, it's not as easy relaxing the wrist. But, yeah. When you relax the wrist, it becomes a lot easier to give it speed. Another thing is you want to grab it like this, with the fingers mainly, and not completely, not at 90 degrees, but kind of like that. So, that's just a few tricks. So, you relax it, and when you give it a little energy with the arm, you give it more energy with the wrist. Remember, it's just to give it speed. It's not to push, it's to give it speed. It's not the same tool. Fact, let's see. You see, great part of the speed can come just from the wrist. That hurt a bit. Alright, continuing. Moving on from blunt weapons. Alright. Knife. You have a knife. This is, it doesn't cut. Anyway, this is just to represent. What can you do? Well, with knives, you can do, it seems kind of silly to fight a zombie with a knife, but they can actually become pretty handy. One of the things, if the zombie is right in front of you, if the zombie already got to you, you can go for this area. And there's where, well, a big part of the jaw is, so it might disable the zombie. Another thing, if it's already on you, you're going to put your arm to keep it away from you. And you're going to put the knife behind, and you can either saw the neck, and continue to saw there, until you cut the spinal cord, or you can try stab the area right there, where the skull and the spinal cord meet. What else? Now, if you're having too much trouble doing any of those, and you've tried cutting the face, because yes, there can be muscles of the jaw in this area. You try disable the jaw, you try cut the spinal cord. If you're having a hard time doing that, something that I found you can do is you can simply cut the ham. If you cut the thigh, then the zombie will become a lot less problematic. It will be harder for the zombie to stand up. In fact, it will probably fall down and not be able to get it back up, if the cut is deep enough, which I don't see why it wouldn't be, if you do it right. To do it right, you must apply some pressure and do it fast. Fast. So the zombie will fall on the floor, you got him where you want him. What else? After that, I realized something, that even though the zombie will not bleed to death, if you cut the neck, the head will become dangling, so it'll be a lot easier to move it. So you can try that too. Alright, how much time do we have? Yeah. Alright, we got time. Now, say you've lost your weapons, your guns and your weapons for some reason, and there's a zombie right in front of you, and you got nowhere to run. Now, here's a specialized technique that might work if you do it right. You're going to pull your hand like this, put your hand on the zombie's shoulder, then you got to put your chest in this position. So you're not from the front, but from the side, with your hand like this, and then, bam, yeah, hit the jaw, the chin, with all you've got. The idea is to try break the spine as you hit upwards. Something else that you can do. Something else that you can do, which requires a lot less technique, is just go for the legs. Somebody's coming at you, you're going to try attack the legs, try to make it fall. If it falls, you got him right where you want him. Now, handguns. Sure, you're shooting the zombies on the head. You've killed a lot of them, but some of them, even with some shots to the head, they keep coming. That's because there's areas of the brain that can take certain damage and the person can survive. We're talking about zombies here. So, a zombie gets to you and you have a handgun. Or a zombie falls right in front of you and it's trying to grab you, to bite you. Now, the best way to end this zombie is to shoot right where the skull and the spine meet. Right there, in an angle to make the bullet come right out of the forehead. Or right between the eyes. If you do that, there's a high chance that you will destroy the main part of the brain that connects the brain with the body, basically. So you'll be effectively terminating a zombie. What else? That will help you save ammo, same as if you, instead of shooting a zombie, you can stomp on its head. So what else? Oh yeah. Now we get to the fast zombies. Zombies are just turned to zombies. They're running at you. They're not slow zombies anymore. So, you see one zombie running at you. And I like to call this technique the prank technique. Let's see how much time I have. Enough time. I like to call this the prank technique. You see, the zombie is coming at you at full speed. Full speed. Zombies around this sprint. It's full speed. Running at you. Full speed. When the zombie is close enough at full speed that you know it cannot change trajectory in a moment, here's what you do. Bam! Yep. You move out of the way. You gotta stay still until that moment. When the moment's right, you move. The zombie is gonna trip over your legs and gonna fall on the floor. Now, once the zombie trips, that doesn't mean the zombie is terminated. You're gonna get back in position. The zombie will trip. It's on the floor. It's gonna try and get back up. While it's getting back up, you're gonna be already here. You're gonna kick its head. It's gonna be on the floor, and then you have him right where you want him. Alright, and there's one more. Now, say for some reason you've landed and the zombie is on top of you. And, well, let's see if I can do it here. Well, first of all, let's see how much time we have. We have time for that? Yeah. Alright, and no battery. So, say you're on the floor. Hopefully you can see me. Or, I have a better idea. Let's see, I hope this works. Oh, you got enough battery. Okay, let's see. So, on the floor, and the zombie is right on top of you trying to bite you. Now, honestly, in this position, I know some things you can try against a living person, but against a zombie, I don't know. This is the two things I can think of right off the top of my head and with limited knowledge. You put your hands behind its armpits. And what you're going to do is, you're going to push with the hands up, at the same time hitting it or trying to push it with your knees. So that it goes over you, and then you can get up. Another thing would be to try and do the same, but instead of trying to hit him, you do this. You put your legs like this on the floor, and then at the same time you push, you do this. So hopefully it has the same effect. I don't know what else I can think of, but yeah. I don't know if it will even work, but I don't know anything else. Sure, if you have a knife, you can try different things, or a gun, but then that is something else. Well, this has been How to Fight a Zombie, and well, that's all. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.